Hey fam, I'm driving to St. Louis right now, and I had a friend reach out, not the first friend that's reached out this week, about suicidal ideation, and I wanted to talk about that for a minute because it seems important and it seems like something that's on everyone's mind. So I'm literally pulled over in bumfuck nowhere and have my hazards on, so if you hear that in the background, that's what's going on. But I wanted to do this video real quick. So if you're feeling suicidal, or you're feeling like you're going to harm yourself in any way, like self-harm, I just want to say, one, there's no shame in going to the hospital. Check yourself into the ER and have them evaluate you, because they're going to be better help than I am. I'm not a therapist. I've just had a lot of therapy, and I can give you tools, but ultimately your safest bet to keep yourself safe is to go to the hospital. If you don't want to do that for whatever reason, then I suggest doing these things. If you want to do that and do these things, that's great. But what I want to explain first is, a lot of times when I feel suicidal, it's because it can be for a couple of different reasons, but a lot of times ultimately what happens is, you have, with your emotions, you have a tolerance window of what you can handle. And that window can look like this big, or it can be this big, or it can be this big. Everyone's is different, and I would argue like it changes from moment to moment, or hour to hour. So note that if your window of tolerance is this big, and your ups in life and your downs in life are pretty even, then you can handle things. If your window of tolerance is this big and you're feeling really big, really deep emotions, and it's going like this, that's when you can't handle it. And that's when you reach out for help. Well, hopefully you reach out for help when it starts to hit the limits of the top and bottom of what you can handle, of like high emotions and low emotions. But it's a concept that helps me understand how to define what was happening to other people and to professionals. So if you're feeling suicidal, or like you want to harm yourself in any way, even if it's just self-harm, your window of tolerance is probably not big enough to handle what you're feeling. And that's totally okay. Like, take a deep breath. Cry through the deep breath if you need to. It's totally okay. What I'm going to recommend, the first thing that you do, reach out to your therapist and try to make an appointment for today, or go to the ER, number one. Number two, in the meantime, grab an ice cube or an ice pack, hold the ice cube in your hand or hold it to your wrist until it melts. Like, stay there with it for a minute. It might get your clothes a little wet. That's okay. Hold an ice cube or ice pack to the back of your neck, to your forehead, to your wrist, wherever feels comfortable and calming. The ice cube is an ice pack is going to bring down the temperature of your body in a way that's going to help release the anxiety in your nervous system. Not all of it, but it's going to calm you down. I promise. I've used this time and time again. I use it with Ben all the time. Have your partner or your friend or whoever you're with right now go grab you an ice pack or an ice cube, and use that to take a deep breath and calm. That's part of a skill in DBT called TIPP, T-I-P-P. You can Google TIPP DBT skills, as in dog, boy, time, DBT. And it'll give you more information about how to use that skill. But the first thing is to change the temperature of your body. The second thing is intense exercise. And I'm not saying go on a 5-mile run. There's no way that's going to happen right now. You're feeling your big feels right now. And maybe what you can do instead is, I would force myself to get out of bed and do like 5 jumping jacks. It changes your chemistry in your brain from being in fight or flight mode, which is what this is with suicidal ideation, right? And self-harm ideation. And it changes that fight or flight into a being in the present kind of moment. So, you can do some intense exercise, even if you're just clapping. You're moving your arms and you're doing exercise that you wouldn't normally do. And I know it's silly. It sounds so silly, but it always works for me. changing the temperature of my body, doing intense exercise. And then the P for tip is paired breathing. And the other P is another type of breathing that I can't remember at the moment. You can look it up on Google tip. But it's like, breathe in and tense your muscles as you breathe in, hold, and then breathe out and untense your muscles. And you do that a couple times until you've calmed down. It's going to calm your nervous system when you're hyperventilating and everything. If you are hyperventilating and you just can breathe in for 2 seconds even and hold it for 1 and breathe out for 3, do that. If you can do it for 4 seconds, breathe in, 2 seconds hold, 6 seconds out, something like that. It doesn't have to be very deep breaths at first. It can be shallow breaths. That's okay, because we're in a fight and flight moment right now. After you've held the ice cube or done the ice pack, and if that's worked, then you don't need to do the other things. If that doesn't work, then move on to those other items. For me, it's easier. When I'm in really intense space like this, it's easier to do the small things. So that's like the clapping and then the breathing, right? I don't know what this motion is, but intense holding your muscles and then letting that go. After that, I would do something that you want to do, like light your favorite candle or put on your favorite incense, put on your favorite music, find some lotion and put lotion all over your body where you can. It's a self-soothing exercise and skill that should help you with calming down. Because the first priority right now is, if you haven't already gone to the hospital or you don't feel like you need to go to the hospital, you're just having ideation, you're not having, like, you don't have a plan, etc., then you can do these things and it'll help calm you down. And then after you're calm, what we can do is we can work on that self-talk. How we can do that is by checking the facts and a pro-con list. So checking the facts is something like, oh, I'm freaking out, I made this mistake, I'm the worst person ever, I'm garbage, like I should just die, right? I mean, that's a whole line of thought that is spiraling out of control, right? Let's check the facts on that. Okay, you made a mistake. Are you allowed to make mistakes? The answer is yes. I know you're probably saying no, you're not, but the answer is yes, you're allowed to make mistakes. Does making a mistake make you the worst human in the world? No. Otherwise, we're all the worst human in the world, because we all make mistakes. So I just wanted to give that perspective of that and to check the facts on, like, what really makes a person garbage. Are you really garbage? Like, define that for yourself. What makes someone garbage? And if you really truly believe after checking the facts that you are garbage, then, like, I would check the facts with a friend and ask them what they think, because I guarantee your best friend's not going to say that. I guarantee your best friend is going to tell you that you're wonderful, that you bring light into this world, that you are loved. So do that. Check the facts. Check your brain. Remind yourself that oftentimes these thoughts come from trauma and that you're working through that trauma, right? Like, even if you don't have a therapist, you're still working on dealing with it. You just may not be doing it professionally, but with a professional, but you're still coping in the world. You're still dealing with this every single day. Like, I know how hard it is to be dealing with suicidal ideation every single day, or even just once in a blue moon. I know how hard and scary it is, and how much it's like, it seems so easy to just come up with a plan and act on that. And it seems like the only way to make that happen, to make yourself feel better, is to act on these really deep negative thoughts that you have. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that, you know, there's a way to calm your body down. There's a way to check the facts. You can even make a pro-con list of reasons to live. And I bet you have a ton of reasons to live, and there's probably like one reason why you don't want to live. And that reason feels so heavy right now. Or maybe you've come up with no reasons to live. If that's the case, I would definitely try to get in with your therapist today, talk to them about this thought that you have, or go to the hospital. They'll work with you, and we'll find reasons for you to live. There are reasons out there. The other thing I wanted to say real quick was, I forgot it. The check the facts, self-soothe, tip, pro-con, go to the hospital. Oh, there's also online outlets. So 988 is a phone number anyone can call anywhere in the US. Maybe the world, I don't know. I just know for US for sure. And it's a suicide prevention hotline, and they'll talk you through things and help. There's professionals doing it. Again, I am not a professional. I just had a lot of therapy. But there's you can call, you can text that number. You can also Google suicide prevention hotline, and there's a online chat that's available for that. So reach out to those resources. Reach out to me. I'm driving to St. Louis right now. It's 9:50 on Friday, November 9th. I think it's the 9th. So I won't be able to respond to anything but calls. But if you need to call me, and you need to call me on Messenger because you don't have my number, by all means, call me. I'll talk with you. We can come up with a game plan. And then the last thing I was going to say, after you've gotten through this and you feel like you have some emotional bandwidth, come up with a safety plan for yourself. For the next time that you go through this, you want to, what is a safety plan? I had one forever. It's like things that come up with a list of things that you think you can do that are low, medium, high energy effort when you feel this way, to get yourself to not feel this way. People you can reach out to, people you trust. Maybe identify some core beliefs that you have that lead to these thoughts. And so, like, for me, making a mistake and thinking I'm imperfect and feeling like that's the end of the world is a core belief, that I have to be perfect. And that's a lie. What are some of my other triggers? Making a mistake is a big one. Feeling not good enough, like not getting that A, for example, would be a big trigger for me in school. Or getting a review at work, but like everything's good, but there's one line that I fixate on about like the one thing I need to improve on, and I fixate on that, and then I feel suicidal because I don't feel like I'm good enough. That's a huge trigger for me. And so understanding your triggers and being able to identify them and then work through them by checking the facts, doing pro-con lists about what is actually happening, what you can and cannot do, etc. Those are all really helpful for me when I'm feeling suicidal. But I'm telling you, the ice cube thing, man, or the ice pack, that's brilliant. That's fucking magic right there, if you ask me. So feel free to comment if you want more tips, and I'll try to come up with some more stuff. But I hope this video helps someone out there. So I don't know. Much love to you through these dark times in your mind. You know, it's I will say your feelings are valid and real, and it's brave of you to not give into it. It's so brave, because you don't have a guarantee that it's going to be okay. And I'm not going to tell you it's going to be okay, because like that's going to happen on your own time when you get there. And I promise you, if you continue to do therapy, if you continue to do shadow work, you will get there. It's just really, really a long journey, or it can be. And I'm here for you. I'm here with you. I've been on this journey for 36 years. And only within the last year have I really found that self-love, self-compassion, confidence, etc. And it's been through DBT therapy and skills that I'm trying to share with everyone. But they're heavy, and I can only share so much every single week. So I'm posting 2 videos today. But yeah, this is one of them. So go to the hospital if you feel out of control. And they may not admit you. You may have calmed down by the time you do all the paperwork and everything. That's totally fine. Like, but if they admit you, that's okay too. There's no shame in going to the hospital. There's no shame in getting help. I've gone to the hospital before and I didn't like it. I went to what is it? Inpatient. Yeah, inpatient. And it was miserable, but it kept me alive. And boy, am I glad I did it today, standing here or sitting here. And I bet you will be too. So the other thing I will say is find your reason for living and hold on to that. And if it's another person, that's okay. I don't care. I'm not going to judge. Ben, my husband, was my reason for living for the last 6 years. And only recently have I found it within myself. So it's okay if you don't have it within yourself. You have it within your kids, within your partner, within your friends, maybe your community, maybe your belief system, whatever it is, hold on to that and remind yourself of it, that your reason for living is X, Y, and Z, and you are strong enough to get through this. You don't have to succumb to the negative thoughts. Like, I get it. They're so real and they're so scary, and it just feels overwhelming. It feels like too much. And it is too much. Suicidal ideation is no joke. And that's why I pulled over on the side of the road off the highway to talk about this today with you, because I've had too many people reach out about feeling suicidal this week. And this is what I have to say on how to deal with it. So I hope this helps. Let me know if anything I said resonated. Let me know if you need more skills and I can comment on them below. And I hope you have a better day. I really do. If you need to shut off the news, if you need to shut off social media for a day or a week or a month, do that. Do whatever keeps your peace, because that's what's most important right now. So the world will wait. We are waiting for you, and your loved ones are waiting for you. And I've lost dear friends and family to this, and I don't want to lose you. So I love you, fam. I'm here for you. I wish you peace on your journey. Bye.